Hi, and welcome to Tech Talks, the People and Planet podcast. On this episode, I'm joined by Tessi Flood, the co-founder of healthcare community platform Assemble. Tessi, hi, how are you?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share more about Assemble today.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one. We've done a few of these shows now, and this one is super unique. So we're looking forward to getting your insights. So jumping straight in then, give us a little bit of an idea of Assemble. It's just so the problem that you're solving with the mission, and perhaps what's inspired it as well.
Yeah, Assemble was inspired by my decade plus years as a nurse. Ultimately, nurses want to excel in their role and share their knowledge and experience really to drive the best patient care. But right now, nurses are not supported in the right way to achieve this. We're helping them do that at Assemble. Nurses are professionals. They're looking to connect to their patients and their community, and we're building the platform to really support that.
What's the, how are nurses feeling at the moment? I'd imagine, as you know, I'm based in the UK and we have a very, very similar problem, not just with nurses, but, with other healthcare staff as well, such as midwives and junior doctors. Stressed, overworked, disgruntled, all of those things, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, nurses are the largest component of the healthcare system, but they're often the most overlooked. This was really highlighted in the pandemic. And with nurses, we straddle this world of labor workforce, but also it requires a significant amount of knowledge. And I would say that nurses don't feel seen right now. The role is not seen for the value that we provide to the patients and to the healthcare system. And that really needs to change.
Okay. Yeah, and it completely resonates with me here as well. How does it work then? How does Assemble work? Talk us through the product, and perhaps how do you have some measures in place as well that assess its success?
Yeah, so Assemble is an online platform, which I like to always say is just a fancy word for a website. But we connect nurses to a dynamic ecosystem of shared knowledge, resources, and community.
Okay.
And we really build this space for them, and we measure success by the value we bring to each nurse. So are nurses engaging with our platform? Are they using these tools? Are they coming back? Are they returning for content and for connection opportunities? And that's how we really measure our success.
So how do you get the nurses to sign up to the platform then?
So right now we are B2B, so we have hospital partnerships and we launch with hospitals. We meet nurses in person where they're at and we help them onboard to the platform. But by the end of the year, I'm really excited to share that we'll have the platform available for free for every nurse.
Oh, wow. Nice. And that goes into the next question. You're only under a year old, with some great success so far. And what's been the challenges that you've had to overcome in that time? What's the lessons that you've had to learn?
Yeah, I would say that, it's been a great year. Having a startup, starting a company is the hardest and the best thing. But when we think about the lessons we're learning about building a company and building for nurses, at Assemble, we really pride ourselves on being for nurses by nurses and staying close to the nurse. And that's a lesson we continue to learn. You cannot build in a silo. You have to stay close to your user. You have to stay close to the community you're building for. And that means weekly conversations. That means meeting people in person, having those conversations and never thinking, okay, I've got enough. I'm going to go put my head down and build. It's that continued connection that continues to show value and importance.
Yeah, sure. And so did you jump straight out of nursing into this startup then?
No, I am a second-time founder. I love nursing. I am a nurse. I will always be a nurse. But I've always been passionate about building resources and support around female-led communities. Back in 2016, I founded my first company, and we built lactation support for women in the postpartum period that were struggling to breastfeed their infants. So building has always been a passion of mine.
Yeah. Okay, got you. And so what does your role involve now?
So at Assemble, I'm Chief Development Officer. So I really focus in on product as I'm so closely connected to the problem and to the user.
Interesting. So you kind of touched on this next point, but what's next for Assemble? There's lots of things in the offing. You mentioned that it was going to be available to everyone.
Yeah, what's next? I'm really excited to share that we're leveraging AI to help nurses get credible answers to every question at any time of day. The nursing landscape has changed, and we don't have those experienced nurses with 40 years of experience around the corner available to field questions all the time. And so at Assemble, we use technology to build in that experienced friend at work that can answer your questions with credible resources and really support nurses 24/7, 365.
Wow, sounds amazing. And are you guys do you guys have any plans to go overseas eventually?
Yes, we are in the US right now, but I'm actually Canadian. And so I want to continue to spread. And I think that, Assemble makes sense when we can bring this to every nurse everywhere, which means worldwide.
Yeah, and as you know, it's a public service here in the UK, but I have lots and lots of friends and family that are in that profession, and I'm sure that they could really resonate with a product like this. So I'm sure they'll be interested to listen to this as well. So thanks so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. And it's been really good to get your insight as well from someone that's so close to the problem that you're solving. So thank you again, Tessi Flood.
Thank you so much, Lee. It was a pleasure being here.